Trailhead's about 7:30 in the morning, and so just getting ready to head back up into the winds. So headed up the trail. This is Pole Creek Trail. We're going to be kind of on this. I don't know if we changed trails or not, but we're headed for Little Seneca Lake today. Just talked to somebody and they said there's supposed to be some really good campsites around it, so we're going to put a base camp there, and then we'll hike up to Tikhon the next day.
I always forget something.
Oh yeah. Well, the trail's been really nice so far. I think it gets a lot of use. CDT runs up in here, so the CDT hikers come out of here to go down to Pinedale to resupply. They said it was 11 miles from Trailhead to CDT, so I'm guessing up around Little Seneca Lake. We're at about 400 feet here, I think. Trail's just gradually climbing, and I understand it's supposed to kind of do that most of the way to Seneca Lake. There's one good climb, I guess, just before Seneca Lake, but been good. Still trying to get adjusted to the altitude. I think we're sucking air a little bit even on this gentle climb. So. Well, the trails maintain this steady little uphill. It's pretty nice. Well, we're hitting the Bridger Wilderness from this side. Last year's trip was out of Worthington Meadows up into the Ice Lakes Basin, and this year we're heading up Pole Creek here, up to Little Seneca Lake. We'll spend the night, and then from there into Titcomb Basin tomorrow. Spend a day there, then back out to Little Seneca, and then spend another night, and then head back out on Susie's birthday. Yep, starting to see the peaks. I think we're not too far from Photographer's Point. Well, we're getting pretty high up in here. Some little meadows, and then we're approaching Photographer's Point up here. So, there we go. There's Photographer's Point over there. Some other folks. We've passed them twice. They've passed us twice. Last time they made a comment about tortoise and the hare. Looked like we would pass them again if we weren't stopping. Very pretty view. This is Barbara Lake. Barbara Lake again. Lots of purple flowers, no idea. Blackberry bushes down below us there. A lake. We just came from up on top of that hill. We were coming around, and you can see somebody going up over there right now. No logs for you. So I think Seneca Lakes, we gotta go around here, and then Seneca Lake's right over there. And kind of back over in here too, so it kind of goes around that way. Passed by a bunch of these today. Yep, some flower garden hiking. Been pretty nice, lots of these daisies and whatever. I know my sister would know what they're called, but they're all daisy looking to me. Purple, yellow. Oh, we're almost into Seneca Lake. Got one more little hump to go over. Flowers are beautiful up here. It's kind of the ridge, it just keeps on giving. About a half mile back down the trail, we ran into a couple of guys and they said, well, where are you going today? We said, oh, we're somewhere between Big Seneca Lake and Little Seneca Lake. Find a good camp spot. And they said, oh, you're there. Just up over this ridge right here, and you're right at Big Seneca Lake. That was at least a half mile ago. Man, it's been climbing there all the way. So. But hey. Well, we found Seneca Lake, Big Seneca Lake. Yeah. Hear a little thunder off in the distance. So I'm probably gonna try to find a place to camp here somewhere handy and get in before it gets wet. You can see over in the hills there, it's a little nasty over there. It's coming from this direction. So. Well, we're at the upper end of Big Seneca Lake and only seen 2 camp spots and had tents in them. So we can see our trail going across down here, so we're assuming Little Seneca's up in there somewhere. Talked to some guy and he said, oh, there's quite a few sites around Little Seneca. So that was plan A, so I guess we stick to plan A. And here it is, the upper end of Seneca Lake. See a little snow laying there, and we're starting to get above timberline. Tomorrow we will be all day. So yeah. So Little Seneca Lake, and it appears to be the skeeter capital. Had more skeeters right here than I have all day. Not a horribly ugly place to spend a couple of days. Mosquitoes are horrible, but hey, we got bug juice and bug nets. It's about 8 o'clock the next morning here, and we're just leaving camp and heading out for Titcomb Basin. I guess we got about a mile and a half of climbing, then that'll put us on top of the pass looking into Island Lake. And then from Island Lake we drop down into it, and then you just got little rolls and then you're right in the middle of Titcomb Basin. So here's our thing, and I think we're going to Island Lake, so apparently we're going up here. Maybe there's a pass up here that goes into Tikhon, because we're definitely not going over that way. Beautiful basin down in here though. %20 chance of rain yesterday and the day before, and last report we saw said today was 0. I'm not believing it. I think it got updated. Like the weather report today is partly cloudy, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain or snow. Well, here's our Island Lake. It's going to be over that hill right there, and then we make a circle around Island Lake and up into Titcomb Basin. So said they had to stop and take pictures of flowers. Flower gardens. Well, starting to get a little snow up here. Tops of the peaks are all clouded in, but a little blue sky up over there, a little lighter off to the west, so we're hoping we should see Island Lake once we get around the bend up there. Looks like this must be Island Lake. Yeah. Well, it decided to rain on us. Well, it looks like the rain's a little lighter. Clouds are lifting a little bit off the peaks. All we can hope is when we get up here in the basin that it's clear. Well, it's gorgeous nonetheless. We're coming up to another little lake here, and the trail that takes off over Indian Pass takes off, and then we'll kind of go left there and go right up into Titcomb Basin. A little bit of sunshine on that hillside, that's promising. That's Titcomb Basin right up there. Little lake here. Don't know the name. The water's coming out of Titcomb Basin. Fortunate enough to get a little bit of sunshine. Clouds have lifted off a lot of the peaks. Definitely Titcomb Basin proper now. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, we're on our way back out, and I see the clouds have descended again. We've been able to get out of our rain gear, but I feel a few drops, so might be back in it here. But we had a really good time up there. The clouds all lifted. We could see the peaks, even a bit of sunshine. It was gorgeous. 7:15 in the morning, camp struck, headed out. So figure maybe 5 hours. And we're about 11 miles in, so sun just hitting the hills. Away we go. Looking down towards Big Seneca Lake. We've been camped at Little Seneca Lake. Sun's coming out. we were in Titcomb Basin yesterday. It was rainy going in, and had a few little spots of clearing, but been nice to be going up there today. But hey, you get what you get, and it was still nice, just not quite as photogenic. This nice. Well, we got to drop down into the bottom down there. You can see those people coming across, and then we go up that hill, and that'll be really the last hill, and then we drop into Barbara Lake. I've kept putting it higher than it is, and then we got a little climb out of there, and then we'll be at Photography Point, and from there, gosh, it's 5 miles downhill. Well, you can see back in towards Titcomb Basin, but boy, the smoke has moved back in. It's way clear yesterday. Well, we finally hit Barbara Lake. I knew it was here somewhere. Now we have a little bit of a hump to go over, and then around the corner, and we'll end up at Photography Point. And then from there, it's pretty much 5 miles downhill. A few rolls, but nothing. Well, we're back down to Photography Point, and as you can see, the smoke's really blowing in out of the fires from Montana, so it may have rained on us up in Titcomb Basin yesterday, but I think we got the clearest of it. It may be sunny, but it's not very photogenic here from Photography Point. Yeah, so about 10.5, 11 miles today. Coming from Little Seneca Lake, the upper end, and here we are at the trailhead again. So yeah. I don't remember if we need to sign out or not, but you can if you want to.